Yes, welcome back. So in the previous video, we've been discussing about an compound die. So in this video, we're going to discuss about an progressive die and an combination die. So mainly the compound die was used to make an multi operations can be performed in a single stroke, mainly for an cutting or an blanking process. Mainly the compound die has been used. So in this video, we're going to be see about an progressive die and an combination die. So we can able to see the schematic diagram of a progressive die. So the function of the progressive die is along that punching. So other operations also can be performed here. So other operations performed like plain flat, and then even the washer also can be performed through this progressive die. So we'll see the working of a progressive die. Progressive die. So this is what we call it as a strip, and this is a punch holders, and this is a blanking punch, where this blanking punch only the force will be applied on this blanking punch on this strip. So mainly this strip is nothing but what we call it as the sheet metal which we are going to place on this. So once when this force or punch is applied in the form of force, automatically, so it will form as a washer, means the shape will be there similarly, so it's going to be pressed there, and the particular part or a particular space of the washer will be break down, and it will be forming this process. So same you can able to see the striper plate here is there. So here we can able to see this striper plate is very small, and here it is comparing with this, it is a larger than this striper plate. So mainly this pricing punch is, as we know that we have been discussed in the earlier about the pricing. So pricing is nothing but already to form multi holes in a blank. So the blank is normally how we going to consider is already we going to make a blanking process, that is we are going to cut into the required size shape or required size in the forms. So that sheets we are going to place. Why we are going to make that cut the blanking earlier is because to reduce the scrap. So if you want to plate complete sheet, so the scrap will be more. So hence if you want to cut according to the size that are required of in a washer size, approximately 1 or 2 mm, so then automatically the scrap will be reduced here. See now when we going to apply the force, so the punch holder only the blanking punch. So this suddenly, or when we apply the force, automatically it will fall on this stripe. This red color what is mentioned stripe is nothing but a blank. Blank is nothing but a where the sheet metal has been placed over there. So what happens once when we place the sheet metal over there, automatically the force which is there applied on this pin, you can able to see this guided pin, or we call it as an pilot. So the force which will be fall on this stripe. So what happens, because of the sheet is very thin, so hence the force it cannot able to withstand. So it undergoes the permanent deformation. That is, when this force is applied, automatically it goes into this blank. So at the time what happen, what is the shape is there, so that type. So similar it is mainly used for a washer. So in the other end you can able to see this small diameter has been formed in the same process about the progressive die. So this is the mainly it is used for an majorly it is used for an blanking or making an washer. So the progressive dies are mainly used into making of an washers within a different size. So for each stroke, automatically the washer can be generated when we going to make all the blanking process, or when we cut the materials into the small pieces. So if we just go keep on placing the blanking, that is the stripes, or what we call it as in sheets, so then automatically the washers will be able to be generated in each successive stroke. Now we'll see about the explanation of the progressive die. See, two or more stations which each press stroke creates what is called as a strip development. See, in this two or more operations at two or more stations, you can able to see two or more stations is nothing but, so this is an one station where the strip plate is placed, and second one is this is the second station. So where we going to the two or more operations at two or more stations with each press stroke, that will create the what we call it as a strip development. So next, punches and dies are designed so that successive stages in the forming of the part are carried out in the same day and each stroke of the press. See, punches and dies are designed so that the successive stages in the forming of the part are being carried out in the same each stroke. See, this punches has been created in the successive stroke. In each stroke, automatically the forming will process takes place here. So the progressive dies are also known as a multi-stage dies. See, even this progressive dies also have been considered the why multi-stage means. So it can able to perform in the different, that is stages, stage 1, stage 2, like this you can able to see in this diagram. See the stage 1, and this is the stage. If you have one another stage, so it will be in a stage 3. So like this we have in a different stages will be there in the progressive die. Hence that we call it as an progressive die, is also known as a multi-stage die. So in the each stroke of the press, punches and dies are designed mainly for the successive stages. So in the forming of the part, or it will be carried out in the same die. So hence the each stroke of the press will be formed as in a one complete part. So this is how the progressive die works. How the progressive die works. So next we'll see about a combination die. So it is a combination die is nothing but as in a for an one cutting stroke or a one punch or in a one stroke. So more than one operations can be performed in a similar way, like it is in a, that is like similar way of in a compound die. But in the compound die only the blanking or in a cutting process can able to be takes place in the compound die. But in the combination die, so it can able to do even the coining operation or even the blanking or in a pricing, other operations can be performed than the compound die. That is one of the major advantages of using the combination die. So mainly we can able to see this combination die where it is a drawing die, and this is an apport, and this what we call as a striper, and this is the blanking punch where the force is applied through this blanking punch only. So this is the metal plate, or what we call as a sheet metal. So when we going to apply the force, so what is the shape is there in this, that will be formed, or what is the shape on this what we are going to do pad is, that will be formed. Why these pads are provided? Because of the force is applied automatically. So this part on the both ends will completely enter onto this. So automatically it will become either in a cup, or either it become in the form of in a washer. What is the type of the die is there? So same way or same type it will be also formed in the combination die. So mainly this type of combination die is being used even for the pricing, or even for the cutting process, and even mainly it is used for making a coining process. So this is how the combination die is comparing with the similar to the compound die. The combination die is similar to the compound die, but even then the what are the operations that will be performed on the compound die, it can perform the operations what we can able to do in the combination compound die. And other than that compound die, even it can able to be performed as an coining operations, and even it can able to perform the drawing operations, and even it can able to perform about a blanking pricing. So all these operations can be performed in this combination die. So this is how the working principle, or how the combination die works. So you can able to see this is in a drawing die where whenever the force is applied, automatically this complete force or in a pressure will be applied on this metal plate. So what happens to this metal plate? So because of the pressure what is applied, automatically it bends, or the deformation will takes place. So as we know, the deformation is permanent deformation where it cannot able to regain size, shape or any structure. So once when it is applied, automatically this both will go inside, means because this pad which is there, it is attached with the spring, so it will be going inside. At that time what happens? So this will become as in the form of, either it will be formed in the cup shape, or it will be formed in the washer type. So at that time what happens? So automatically it becomes as a cup or in a washer. So if you want to again the surface finish good, either we need to go for one more stroke, or we can able to end up with a one successive stroke or one complete stroke, that is sufficient to make as in a cup or in a washer. We'll see about the explanation. So if more than one cutting and forming operations are combined together and performing one stroke at one stage, what we call as a combination die. As we know that the cutting and the forming operations are combined together and performing one stroke at one stage, that is what we call as a combination die. And the blanking combined with deep drawing. So the blanking is a process which is combined with the deep drawing. Punching is combined with the deep drawing, and blanking combined with the bending. So these are all the operations that can able to be performed in the combination die. See, we know that compound die is only able to perform the pricing and blanking. So the combination die can able to perform the blanking and the pricing, and even it can able to perform the punching and coining operations also can be performed. So the cutting and forming operations is combined together to forming in a one stroke at one stage. That is what we call it as a combination die. So this is how we use the different types of dies, that is progressive die, compound die and a combination die. Thank you.